If you guys have any questions along the way, please feel free to share them in the chat. And then we do have a section for questions afterwards as well. So good morning, everyone.
Welcome to Meet the Teacher Year 3.
We're just going to talk through the slides. Yes. And again, everything will be recorded. So if there's anyone that couldn't make it or wanted to pick up on something that you've forgotten, then it will all be uploaded for you and sent to you. So hang on, I need to keep an eye on the waiting room.
Okay, so the staff this year for Year 3 in Zebra's class is Miss Armstrong. In Giraffe's class, that's myself, Mrs. Dickinson. We have some other adults who work in both classrooms. So in Zebra's, we have Miss Day, and in Giraffe's, we have Mr. Carlo and also Miss Mullen.
And we're both really excited to be in Year 3 this year. I know that Mrs. Dickinson is new to Year 3. She's previously been in Year 4 and Year 5, haven't you?
I have, indeed.
This is my second year in Year 3, and really excited to actually have lots of children that I've already taught before. So we're hoping it's going to be a really good year. So the structure of the day is very, very similar to what you will have seen in Key Stage 1. The only changes are that their assembly time and their playtime is later. Which gives us a chance to do whole class reading in the mornings. So their playtime and assembly is 20 minutes later. Lunchtime is also slightly later, so at 12:15 rather than 12. And then we also don't have an afternoon play. So we just go through English in the morning, reading, phonics. Then after play, we normally do maths, and then it will be 2 foundation subjects in the afternoon.
So the curriculum includes most of the things that the children will already have been doing. So as Miss Armstrong has just said, English, which is reading, phonics, writing and SMAG. Maths, we've got core, those are the core subjects, along with science. And then we have our foundation subjects, which is PE twice a week. And we do have slightly different days when our classes do PE. We have PSHE, art, music, geography, history, RE, computing, DT, and very importantly, French.
French is probably the only new thing that you will see. We both love French. Mrs. Dickinson actually leads French. So
I used to teach French in secondary school, so I lead the French here and I really love it, and the children will love it by the end.
Oh, we both love French.
Yes, so we do love languages, actually.
We do, yeah. So we also, you might have seen this towards the end of Year 2, but to teach our geography, history and RE programs, we use something called Opening Worlds. I think we introduced it a few years ago. If you've got older children in the school, you might know more about this. It's a new sort of curriculum. It's very knowledge rich. It's very ambitious. Like, your children will come home with all sorts. We've already learned about tributaries and irrigation systems and all sorts. But it's very knowledge rich, and the children learn an awful lot and a lot of detail about the topics that we cover.
They all interconnect as well.
They do.
So if we're learning Egypt in history, the river that we're studying as well sort of will link into their knowledge there, and the RE as well. In fact, I think the river and the RE is
so at the moment we're doing rivers, and we're learning about the Indus River, which is associated with Hinduism, which we're learning about, and then later on in history we talk about the Indus Valley as well. So everything's very connected. We think it's amazing. It is very knowledge heavy, but yes, it's a really, really good course,
and it does also feed into the later years as well. So what they're learning in Year 3 will help them with their learning in Year 4 and 5 and 6. Okay, so the topics that we're covering, we're doing ancient Egypt, rivers, and the Hindu story of Rama and Sita. Each term we have different topics, so they're all on this slide here. We have cradles of civilization, ancient Mesopotamia, mountains, the Indus Valley civilizations, settlements and cities, lots and lots of different topics. You can see we cover an awful lot.
We do, and what's really lovely about the history is it's all ancient civilizations, so it's the first ones to do writing systems and things like that, so it links in a lot, and we use a lot of the same vocabulary, like architects, not architects, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Archaeologists.
Thank you, archaeologists. across the year, which is lovely.
Yeah, and the skills that the children learn as well, so that the skills are really developed too right from the start, because I used to teach in secondary and I can see how those skills are being built up right from the start, so it's really good.
Okay, so we also, as per across the school, organise different sort of spark days and sparked essentially to either start or end a topic. They usually either kind of pique the interest or they support our learning in some way. So we've already looked at an artifact box from Chertsey Museum, but across the year we should be, providing they all return our emails, we should be going to a Hindu temple. We also do a trip to the British Museum. We have a geology workshop when we do volcanoes. We're also doing a birds of prey experience, which is amazing. There's an outdoor experience day down at Box Hill, and we have mini Olympics separately as well, which I'm sure you guys have probably done in year 2. So giraffes is November and zebras is February.
Okay, our PPA time, which is the time when we prepare and plan and work very hard together, is on a Tuesday afternoon. And that is covered by Mr. Carlo this term, who is teaching computing, and Mrs. Bradford, who is teaching art and DT this term.
So homework, I know we are on Key Stage 2 now, but it's still absolutely paramount for you to read with your child daily if possible. We ask for a minimum of 5 times a week. Reading sort of, well, does underpin everything that we do at school and everything that every way that your child will learn. So the more you can read, the better. Also, when you're reading, if you can ask comprehension questions, talking about, oh, what do you think might happen next? Or why do you think this character has done this? What do you think the moral of the story is? Those kind of things. The more they can read, the more vocabulary they get, the better. Reading records are checked daily by our teaching assistants. So we will keep a record and keep encouraging your children to read regularly. If you think that they are really, really solid readers and, you know, once or twice a week they want to read to themselves and write that in their reading records, that is fine. We will count that as a read. Homework is given out on a Wednesday. You should have received that already. There should be an English book and a maths book. The SPAG book, the English book, is closely linked to something that we will be doing in the week. So hopefully when you see it, your children will sort of know what they're doing, or at least be familiar with the topic that they're covering. And the maths is times tables the whole year. So at the moment it should be 2s, 5s and 10s, then it will move to 3s and 4s and eventually 8s as well. We've also given them a times table Rockstar login. This is in their reading records. It should be at the front. They can log in, and if you haven't already played it before, there's lots of times table games, lots of fluency work, and they can battle their friends and get coins and change their Rockstar and things like that. It's really good, and it really does help with fluency. If you need a new password or it doesn't work, or you think maybe the times tables are too hard, we can give you new ones or set them slightly easier as well.
Okay, I should go through a few of the expectations. So attendance, please ensure that your child is in school on time each day, and can you please call in if your child is unwell. Attendance is expected to be higher than 96%. Uniform, so we had a big thing about uniform to make sure, please, that you are in line with the uniform that we have sent out to parents. If children wear earrings, can they please not on PE days, and they should be the retainers, the little plastic retainers in their ears. Please, no large hair accessories, no dyed hair and shaved sections. They're not permitted in school. That's part of our policy. Please ensure that on the children's PE days they wear the correct PE kit. So for giraffes, that's Wednesday and Thursday, and for zebras, you're a zebra, aren't you? No.
Yeah, not taking antelopes off from last year. Sorry.
So no antelopes, but zebras.
That's actually wrong. Sorry.
So you're Monday and
zebras is Monday and Wednesday, and you are
Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday. Sorry. So our Grosvenor values are probably something that you are already quite familiar with. We have 6 of them. We decided them between the staff, the governors, and the children themselves. So they are kindness, unique, respect, trust, friendship, and determination. We generally focus on one value every half term. So at the moment, we're on kindness, aren't we?
We are.
We're on kindness. So Mrs. Dodd will normally do a lovely assembly and we'll talk lots about that value in that half term. But you might well see some postcards home in the post this year if your child has specifically shown a value in that we want to congratulate them, essentially.
Okay, we do have a behaviour system that's throughout the school so that there is consistency. Children will be given Groveland's values tokens if they show any of the values. The tokens are collected in for each class and counted up and then put into their house team collection boxes, which is near the office. And every term, the winning house, the house with the most tokens, gets to have a special treat in school.
So what to do if you have any concerns? So first of all, if your child is worried about anything during the school day or at home, we always encourage them to talk to a safe adult. So whether that is you at home, someone else at home, or whether that is a member of staff, we always encourage them to come to us or any of the teaching assistants outside, because more often than not, we can alleviate those worries and help solve any problems. If you have any concerns as a parent, first and foremost, please speak to us. For me, come in the morning to the door and speak to me, or if it's Mrs. Dickinson, at the end of the day.
Well, I don't mind if you come to me in the morning, but I'd like you to understand that my class is round the corner from where we come in, so I can't keep an eye on the children if I'm talking to parents outside. So if you have a big worry and you do need to speak to me, please do. But if I have to cut you short, please don't think I'm being rude. It's because the rest of the children are around the corner.
But yeah, please speak to us first. Our doors are
always
figuratively always open. If we have not resolved your query or your problem, please speak to our phase leader. So the phase leader for year 3 and 4 is Mrs. Hall. She's currently a Jaguar. And then if you feel like she still hasn't resolved the problem, then it's one of the senior leadership team. So that is Mr. Tuck, Mrs. Coleman, Mrs. Anning, would probably be your 3 ports of call. And any emails, if you need to reach us and you can't reach us in person, then please email them to the info@Groveland's account and they will be forwarded on to anyone that's relevant.
Okay, so all parents will be invited to make appointments for parent evenings, consultation evenings. Those take place in the autumn term and the spring term. You get your reports in the summer term. And parents of children with special educational needs will also be invited to pupil passport meetings, which are separate to the other consultation evenings. So you can indeed come to both. And they take place every term, specifically to talk about the needs, the individual needs of those children and to set new targets.
Right. Thank you for joining us, first of all. And are there any questions? Did I miss something?
I don't think so. No, okay. I think we're
yeah. Right. If there are any questions, feel free to unmute or put them in the chat as well. And if there are not, then you guys can go and have a lovely day. We'll hang around for a few minutes and we will see you all at pickup.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Doesn't look like we have any questions.
No questions.
Okay, if anyone does have any questions that we haven't answered, feel free to come and find us on the door.
Sorry, excuse me. I have my hands up.
Oh, sorry. We can't see any of it. Sorry, go for it.
I have 2 questions. The first is for choir club, is it a semester-long event endeavor or is it for the entire session?
The whole year.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Second question would be for earlier years, we would normally write in the reading record for Theophilia, but in this 3rd year, I find that she's interested in writing the record herself. Is that okay for her to do?
Yeah, as long as you sign it, that's absolutely fine.
All right then. All right, thank you.
No worries. any recommended sources to use for their learning?
That's a good question,
That is
isn't it?
That's a very broad question. It
Yes.
depends on what kind of learning we're talking about, whether we're extending core or if it's foundation or.
I mean, there are some very good things in CPG books, aren't there? If you're thinking about practicing that, but actually, if the children are doing their homework, that should be supporting their learning
And practicing
anyway.
times tables.
And remember, they are still quite young, so long as they're reading, practicing times tables, doing their homework, that should be enough. And if it isn't, or if you think it's not, perhaps come and talk to us individually, and we will see what we can do, because it probably depends on the individual child,
and
as
actually,
to how we could support them.
We can signpost you to more resources where you feel they're needed as well. Great. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone. And see you at pickup.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Hang on, I don't know how to end it. There we go.
I'm done.